भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागं पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम् अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं धनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यम् सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। We have done till Chaupai number 5. So let us chant till then. Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nijamanohar Sudhari Paranau Raghupara Vimala Jasu Lodaya Kubalachari Buddhihina Tanu Janike Sumiro Pavana Kumar Bala Buddhi Vidya Devu Muni Aramukale Sarvikar Jai Hanuman Jnana Guna Sagar Jai Kavi Sati Loka Ujagar Namaduta Atulita Baladhama Anjani Putra Pavana Sutanama Mahavira Vikrama Bajrangi Umati Nivara Sumati Kesangi Kanchana Varana Viraja Subesa Kanana Kundala Kunchita Kesa Hatha Vajra Audhvaja Viraje Ande Munja Jane Usaje Shankara Suvana Kesari Nanda Teja Pratapa Mahajagavandana. So we saw so far about the qualities of Hanumanji, and we also saw about the form. Last time what we saw was the Saguna roof of Hanumanji. Kanchana Varna Viraja Subesa, Kanana Kundala Kunchita Kesa. Now we see about his birth today. So it is said here, Shankara Suvana Kesari Nanda, Teja Pratapa Mahajagavandana. In the world, if anybody has more than one parent, one is not respected. And when you see Hanumanji, he has so many parents. Shivji, Pavan Devta, Kesari, Anjana, and yet it is said Tej Pratap Mahajagavandana. So what is the story of Hanumanji's birth? So it is said Anjana Mata was praying to the Lord Shivji. And Lord Shivji, as she was praying, Lord Shivji was pleased with her, and when he gave darshan to her, he said, she is asked that may I have a son who is as divine and as compassionate as you, as swift as the wind. as glorious as the wind. So Shivji said that fine, you will have a son who will be my Amsha, will be my a part of my splendor. And the 11th avatar of Shivji, the Rudra, 11th avatar of Shivji is Hanuman. The 11th Rudra avatar. So in that the 11th one is Shivji. The 11th one of Shivji is Hanuman. So he blessed her, saying that you continue your austerity and very soon Bhavan Devata will bless you with something. And so it is said that Anjana Mata was continuing her austerity. And suddenly there was a lot of storm. Strong winds were blowing. And one Garud came and dropped the fruit in her hands. In one of the versions of Ramayana it is said that Garud, the eagle, took the fruit from Mother Kaikeyi, from Ayodhya, and brought it and left it in the hands of Anjana Mata. So Anjana Mata, when she got that fruit, Bhavan Devata said, eat this fruit and you will have a very valorous son, just like you had prayed for, and he will be a very great devotee of the Lord and he will help the Lord, especially when he takes avatar as Ram. So same event. And that is how it is said that she ate the fruit and then she gave birth in due course of time to Hanuman. Now this is the story. There are many different versions of the story. What I told you now is found in Anand Ramayana. In another version of the story it is said that Shivji and Vishnu Bhagwan both are devotees of each other. And this Shivji wanted to see Vishnu Bhagwan in Mohini avatar. So when he saw Bhagwan in the Mohini avatar, now imagine the Lord who created beauty when he takes avatar as Mohini. How beautiful he will be. So that Lord, when he took the Mohini avatar, Shivji was also mesmerized. And it is said that the splendor of Shivji emanated from him and Bhavan Devata carried it and placed it in the womb of Anjani Mata who was doing austerity for Shivji. And that is how Hanuman is born. So there are different versions of the stories, different versions of Ramayana, different versions of the stories of Hanumanji also. What is important to know here is that what is the symbolic significance? Is it only Hanumanji who has so many parents? Does it have any relevance with our life? We will find, if you analyze this story, you may even find that what today they do, what is it called? When a couple doesn't have children, that was there even in those times. But symbolism is more relevant. Shivji represents the divine origin of all of us. That we all come from the Lord. So divinity is our inherent nature, each one. Whether we know it or we don't know it. The more we understand and the more we are aware of it, we will strive to operate from that divinity. If my nature is divine, I am not this body, mind and the intellect. So Shivji represents literally Shankar. When we say Shankara Suvana, Shankar means one who brings auspiciousness. Shankaroti Shankara. Because of whom there is auspiciousness in life. And truly speaking, what is auspicious in life? Is actually consciousness is auspicious. Because without that, body is dead. By itself the body is made up of dirt, filth, bone, marrow, flesh. Nothing very sacred about that body. But because there is consciousness endeavoring this body, it appears alive, sentient, and is able to do so much of work. And that presence of divinity in us, let us remember another aspect, that prana doesn't keep us alive. Prana also is inert, it is air, not air, it is a vital energy. So Shankar represents that consciousness which is most auspicious. Mind has its own 6 impurities. Intellect has its own confusions and wanderings. Our causal body or the spiritual ignorance which we have, that is the root cause of all our sorrow. So at every level of personality there is something or the other which is not auspicious. The only presence in us which is most auspicious is consciousness. So when it says Shankara Suvan, it is not only Hanumanji who is Shankara Suvan, all of us are Shankara Suvan. Divinity is our source. That's the reason why in the 15th chapter the analogy of the tree which is given is the inverted tree. Urdhva Moolam Adha Shakham. The roots are above and the branches are below. Artists will paint it also like that. And it looks very funny that why is this like this? Why is the tree inverted? We thought in yoga only human beings get inverted. In Gita even the trees are getting inverted. But what does that mean? That the root is above always. If you draw the family tree, what will you do? The root will be above. The earliest that we remember our generation, our ancestors, they will be above. Then their children, then their children, then their children. So it will spread like that. So roots are above, branches are below. So in the same way, which is above? Urdhva Adha Shakham. Whoever knows the divine origin, that person is called as a wise person. Yastam Veda Saveda Veda. So all of us are divine by nature. So Shankara Suvan means that. Then Prana or the Vayu, when it says Pavana Putra. So not only that consciousness is there in all of us, but there is also Prana Shakti, the vital energy in all of us, because of which we are able to function. So Vayu represents that vital energy, Prana Shakti. Prana does not mean air. Prana does not mean oxygen. Prana is the vital energy, the universal cosmic energy which pervades all the 5 elements. Through food, through water, through sunlight, through the air that we breathe, and through the upvas that we do. So in all the 5 elements there is the Prana Shakti which is there. And this Prana Shakti is the fuel that we use to think and to act. So the body, the food that we eat gets converted into that energy also because of pranic energy. Prana Shakti is used even to create the energy, physical energy in the body. The Prana Shakti is used. So that's why we say Prana is what we take in, Apana is what we throw out, Vyana is the circulation, Udana is all that is responsible for ejection. Even at the time of death, the body is dropped and the prana ejects because of Udana Vayu. And Samana is the assimilation. So the pranic energy is a very, very sacred and powerful energy. Through seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, touching, talking, moving, through all our activities we are expecting or we are using up the pranic energy. But prana is not equal to consciousness. In Vedanta we make that distinction clearly. Because the moment somebody's prana or the breathing stops, we may think that the person is dead. So breath keeps a person alive. No, breath doesn't keep a person alive. Consciousness is that because of which the person is alive. Breath also gets its power from consciousness. Breath is by itself inert. Again, I am using only breath because we are familiar with that. Otherwise, we have to say prana actually. So, pranic energy is that which is only the fuel for the body and the mind. It is the rope that connects body and mind together. Each body. Have you thought that when we dream, we actually go out of this body? We are not aware of this body. We are in our own dream world. How is it that we wake up in the same body? And lucky we wake up in the same body. Otherwise we will not know whom we are related to. What keeps this body and the mind together? And what is it that snaps when the person dies? It is a prana which goes out. So when it is said that prana, Pavan Devata is also the father of Hanumanji, that is the pranic energy in us. So Shivji is the divine origin. Shivji represents compassion. Shivji represents divinity. Shivji represents auspiciousness. Pavan Devata is the vital air or the energy, and hence in our culture a lot of importance is given to Brahmacharya. Generally people think Brahmacharya means those who are not married. No, conservation of pranic energy is called Brahmacharya. And any extremes that one goes to destroys the pranic energy. So if we think that only by doing action we are going to spend pranic energy, so we keep sleeping, take rest, become lazy. Laziness also destroys pranic energy. You have to know that. So any extremes will destroy pranic energy. Moderation, that's why is very, very crucial. So Pavan Devata represents the vital energy in us. Power to think and act. Pavan Devata represents the power of selflessness, because selflessly prana serves everyone. 24/7 pranic energy is there within us, and especially the air. Water, food, sunlight, space, not 24 hours. But air, 24 hours it serves us consciously. Continuously breathing goes in, goes out, circulation, assimilation. So all the pranas are working full time. So prana is the power of selflessness, the power of swiftness. Those who control their prana, that's why pranayama is not breath control, that is called shvasayama. Pranayama is control of all the physiological functions of the body. Especially for a meditator, pranayama is very, very important, because breathing keeps the attention on the body. And if other physiological systems are not functioning properly, again the attention will remain on the body. So if pranayama is done by a person, the physiological systems are controlled, and especially through the mind when they are controlled, person can go deep in meditation. One is not even aware of the breathing. Some of the yogis, they can stop their breathing and live for many, many years. How do they do that? Because there are other sources from which the prana they can take. So anyway, prana is swiftness, prana is selflessness, prana is energy. So we have divine origin, we have pranic energy within us. Shankara, Suvana, Pavana Putra, Kesari Nandan. They represent Kesari and Anjana. They represent the physical parent, the seed-bearing parents, the physical parents who give the birth. So again, Kesari, in Guruji's commentary has given very nicely that Kesari also means a lion, who is fearless, who is brave, who is strong. So Hanumanji had all these qualities from his parents. And we find here that how these parents they lived, Anjana and Kesari, they lived in such harmony. In this shloka there is a lot of message even about parenting. And how one can, as the parents live, so the children will, they will not follow what we say, they will see what we do and just imbibe that. So we find that 100 children Dhritarashtra and Gandhari had, but not one of them was virtuous. Because Gandhari and Dhritarashtra themselves insecure. So we find here that as the children are, as the parents are, so will be the child. So here we saw Anjana is the one who brings out the best. And we saw earlier the meaning of Anjana. Anjana means the Ajahn. So the capacity to see the goodness in others and to bring out that goodness is Anjana Mata. And Kesari he was a very loyal chieftain of Sugri. So loyalty was his forte. So both these qualities also Hanumanji had. He was very, very devoted and he was very loyal to Sri Ram. So Kesari and Anjana represent the physical, at the physical level, the parents who are given birth, who take care, who nourish and nurture the child. Then Surya Devata. Surya Devata becomes the spiritual parent of Hanuman, where he gives him knowledge. So in the earlier tradition, when this Janevu Samskar was given, the child was taken by the parents to the Guru. And before the child starts learning the Veda, to make the buddhi sharp and subtle, the child is initiated into Gayatri Mantra. And so the Guru who initiates the child into the Gayatri Mantra becomes the spiritual parent of the child, giving birth to him in a spiritual way. And so that Guru becomes the spiritual parent and the child is called as Dvija, twice born. First birth is the physical birth, second birth is the spiritual birth. So in this case, Bhagavan Surya was the spiritual Guru of Hanuman. And finally it is Ram and Sita. In the very first Doha we saw, not Doha, Chaupai we saw, that why Hanumanji is also called as Prabhuji. Because Mother Sita called him as son. So they are the foster parents, Ram and Sita. They represent the ideal to which one is dedicated. Hanumanji was totally dedicated to Ram and Sita. Next Chaupai will come, Ram Kaj Kari Dekho Ato. So what is that ideal to which I have surrendered myself, to which I have dedicated myself? So these are 5 parents. First is Shivji, representing divinity, compassion. Second is Pavan Devata, representing swiftness, strength, selflessness. Then Kesari and Anjana, representing goodness and loyalty, fearlessness. Surya Devata, representing the illumination or the knowledge. And then last is Ram and Sita, the ideal to which one is dedicated. So that ideal brings out the best. If these 5 are there in our life, then Tej Pratap Mahajagvandan. Hanumanji is his Tejas or his splendor and his Pratap, his fame, Mahajagvandan is not only great but the whole world praises him, reveres him. So in each one of us there are these 5 aspects. We have to just become aware of these and invoke these within us. Now, having said that, let us go ahead. Some more qualities of Hanumanji are described now. Vidyavan Guni Ati Chatur, Ram Kaj Karibe Ko Atur, Prabhu Charitra Sunibe Ko Rasya, Ram Lakhan Sita Man Basiya. So he says Vidyavan Guni Ati Chatur. He is full of knowledge, that we saw earlier. Guni, very virtuous, that also we saw earlier. And now one more word is added here, Ati Chatur. is extremely smart. In the world, we think that the good people are not smart people. And smart people are not. So the moment we say good, we equate goodness is equal to dumbness. Real goodness and smartness can go together. If smartness is there without goodness, it will become cunningness, malice, manipulation. Because selfishness it will be there. And that is how we see the example of Duryodhana. Even Shakuni, very smart person, very, very smart, but goodness is not there. If we ask this question, that what do you want to be? Do you want to be good or do you want to be smart? What will be the answer? Generally the answer will be smart. What do we want our children to be? Smart. But if you think a little more, we want our children to be smart with others but good to me. Same thing applies now with everybody else. You can be smart with everybody else. Don't show your smartness to me. There you want goodness. But otherwise, smartness. So goodness and smartness can go together and should go together. Because if goodness does not have smartness, the person will get exploited. And if smartness does not have goodness, the person will become selfish and cunning. And the best example for this is Lord Krishna. His smartness was always based on goodness. Yudhishthira was very good, but did not have smartness. Couldn't see through clearly certain manipulating ways of the other people. Though he was steadfast in dharma, he should have been more smart. What is smartness? The ability to be alert. Smartness is not cunningness. Smartness is not somehow get your way out. Alertness is smartness. But I am very, very alert. Because when we are not alert, then only we falter, then we make mistakes, then we are not able to foresee. We are careless. We allow anybody to take us for granted. They take us for a ride happily. So smartness is very necessary. In the world, especially when we are living, we have to be smart. But never leave the foundation of goodness. Where all goodness and smartness can go together, it should go together. But where there is a choice between smartness and goodness, one should choose goodness. But that is what will bring peace, happiness and harmony, not smartness. So here, Vidyavan Guni Ati Chatur. He is extremely smart, very alert. And Ramakari Karibeko Atu. He is always eager to do the work of Lord Ram. Atur. His another word is this Atur. Atur means one who is one of the meaning may be impatient, but Atur here is the eagerness and the enthusiasm to do work. He doesn't have to be told. The moment, in the war, Hanumanji was struck by this astra from Indrajit and he became unconscious. Vibhishana said that there is only one person who can treat him, and that person is Vaidyanatha Sushen. Where is he? He is in Lanka. Hanuman just heard that. He straight away flew there, went, found out where is Sushen, got him there. Bhagavan Ram or Sugriv doesn't have to tell him that, hello, can you please go? Will somebody go? Who will go? Please raise your hand. Nothing. Atur, this is the Lord's work, I will do it. That's the quality of a leader. A successful leader is one who doesn't wait for instructions, who doesn't wait now what next to do, who doesn't wait to be guided, takes initiative, knows the situation, calculates very quickly, takes initiative, goes. There's a nice saying which says, leader is one who knows the way, shows the way, and goes the way. He knows the way, shows the way to the other people that this is how one should do. Not by talking. How? Goes the way. By going. By actually doing it. Very few people actually live in this way where they are eager to live life to the fullest. Where they take initiative, they explore, they find. Majority wait to be guided. Somebody has to tell me. Then only I will do. Nobody told me, so I did not do. Aturta is there. If aturta is there in work, then same aturta can be applied within for moksha, for devotion. And I am atur to do. Am I atur in the morning to get up and do my spiritual practice, whether it is meditation or prayer or japa or whatever it is? Whether I am atur actually to go out and do regularly exercises, to do satsang, to do my duty? Do I look forward to the day that yes, today is a nice day and I am going to accomplish this. If I am atur about my work, about my spiritual growth, about my relationships, very crucial. That is life, enthusiasm, energy, initiative. So he says, Ram Karya Kari Beko Atur. And he is ever ready to do the work of Lord Ram. In this commentary, Guruji has said that when Lakshman was hit and this Sushen came, and Dr. Sushen, he told that, Sanjeevani booty has to be brought, and it is found in the Himalayas. Not a single thought crosses the mind of Hanumanji saying, oh God, it is there. Everybody has thought that, oh my God, it is somewhere there. And there is a time limit within it that has to be brought. See what is said in the Ramayana. I will be back with the plant in the time that it takes the mustard seed to cook when put in boiling hot oil. Each one. Mustard seed. How long does it take? Patas. That is swiftness. He goes there and he doesn't waste time. Which is it? He says, I am confused, I don't know which is this booty chalo. Pura pahad utha ke liye. But that is swiftness. In time one has to finish the work. Efficiency is that. In success, if I have to be successful, I have to be very efficient. Efficiency means doing the right job at the right time with the right amount of energy. Right attitude. Definitely. That is efficiency. Sometimes we put for this much work, this much of energy and still that is not accomplished. So it's not there in the right direction, with the right mindset. So very, very efficient is. And that is the quality of a spiritual seeker. Daksha it is called. In the 12th chapter, Bhagavan gives that. One of the 36 qualities of a devotee is Daksha. Daksha is extremely efficient. Even in the yoga it is, even in the second chapter it defines yoga as yoga karma su kaushala. That one who is dexterous. Dexterity in action is yoga. Yoga is not to make us dull, but it is to energize us, make us alert, efficient. So Aturta, he is very, very Atur. And he not only does that work efficiently, but he does it extremely well. There is no laziness, lethargy, procrastination, tamoguna, postponement, none of that. I want to just show you one video of Gurudev where he speaks about this. Because when especially people come to a spiritual organization or even an NGO or they volunteer, this quality is very important. Atur. One has to be Atur. When that work is taken up, one has to do it efficiently. Looking forward to it, not grumbling, dragging oneself. Gurudev used to define work as, work is love made visible. Love made visible. You love the work into action when you put it. Work is love made visible. It is not dragging oneself through the day's activities. That is called labor. Somehow boring, grudgingly I drag myself through it saying, Arey, I have to do this, chalo, I won't go, karo. And that is called labor. If I am actually doing work, that means it is, I look forward to it, I am very enthusiastic about it, I am very happy to do it, I wait for it. Otherwise, sometimes the moment we make to-do list, we get so tired, oh God, this much I have to do. So, I can't do so much. So that aturta is required. Ram Kaj Kari Dekho. It's very strange, here to it is a Ram Kaj Kari Dekho. Where there is selfless work, Ram Kaj. Ram Kaj means selfless work. In daily life, one is not atur about selfish work also. That is a strange part. And I have to study, a student has to study for his own benefit. But how much aturta is there? I have to work for my own family, for my own prosperity, but how much aturta is there? In selfish work only aturta is not there. Selfless work, how it will come? So aturta is very, very crucial. That how I do what I do with efficiency, with energy, with enthusiasm. I take the lead and do. Just see this video. It is from chapter 3 of the Gita. It is on Karma Yoga.
In short, it is a cooperative effort. A large number of people, each one inspired by the goal or the idea. And nobody is demanding any selfish desire fulfillment. Their demand is only, may the Lord's blessings come to our community and let all the community members become happy. In short, these vast rituals of that time were a training for the public, for every individual, how to sing their differences. Come and live and act and function hard, in a cooperative effort, a spirit for for the benefit of the entire community. There is no selfishness or ego in it. Today the modern world talks of socialism. Libraries of books on socialism. Tell me one country which is really socialistic. So many nations have got their constitution there. This word is spelled many times. India also is a socialistic country, where every individual is in utter selfishness, living a terribly monstrous life of corruption. To acquire and possess and keep is not socialism. To produce for the purpose of distribution is called socialism. Every man is not productive. Majority of a community are consumers. Producers are few. The producers have got the responsibility of producing for the benefit of the consumers. This spirit, does any socialistic country ever lived, including communism or Russia, China? Why is it that people are not able to live? They have been never given a field to train the public. The growing generation must be trained. They must get a taste of the joy that rises when a large number of people involved cooperatively function and cooperatively act, and the function is fully completed. There is a sense of overwhelming satisfaction that floods the human mind. This, however much you may read in the books, you will never understand. Even if you think you will only come to a conclusion that it is an exaggerated idealism preached by some other pandits, you will not accept. You have to live it to know it. These yajnas were thus cooperative endeavors where a large number of people sunk their differences, discovered a harmony between themselves, and sweated and worked hard shoulder to shoulder for a profit that comes out of it, which is not meant for themselves, but for all. Krishna now says, Arjuna, whenever you act in the world outside, if you are acting it in the yajna spirit, careful, not the do yajna, in the yajna spirit, in the spirit of worship of the Lord, such actions will not create any tendency. And it's true. Why? When I sing my differences with you all, meaning my ego is wonderful. And I am not doing it for my sake. It is for the sake of the whole society. Therefore there is no personal selfish desire. Whenever we act, wherever we act, without ego and egocentric desires, the existing vasanas get exhausted in those actions. No new vasanas are created. This great truth is being wrapped up in this verse when he says, Yajnathat karmano anyatra. All activities you undertake in the world other than in the yajna spirit, they are the actions that become shackles upon you. They end as inhibitions in you. Yokoyam karma bandhana. In this world, the karma bandhan, the shackles of action karma, is all only when you are acting in the world outside without this right spirit. Without this right spirit means selfishly, with vanity and ego, when you act in the world outside, it becomes a habit with tadartham karma kaunteya te, kaunteya kundi ka bete, son of kundi. Tadartham, yajnartham, for this in the spirit of yajna, as a worship. Karma kaunteya kulu, do all your activity in the spirit of worship. The moment I have got a feeling that I am teaching you all, sure enough, I am going to be disappointed. Why? Then I will expect that you all must be grateful to me. You must appreciate me. And then I find that you rascals don't appreciate me. And you say, 4 hours a day, he is unnecessarily talking, my bottom is burning now, I can't see that. You understand? And when I hear that, I feel wounded. None of these things will happen. If I am doing it, my beloved Lord who is in my heart, He is the same Lord that He is pumping in every one of you. So all of you are different forms of my beloved Lord. I am telling the glories of the Lord to the Lord Himself. And I have no ego or any selfish expectation that you will worship me, or you will, you will reward me, or you will applaud me. I have no such feeling. On the other hand, I feel grateful that if you all were not here in Chinmaya, do you think that I will sit down 4 hours for the sake of video and talk? No. Because you are here, I am talking. Therefore I am grateful to you that you are making me talk of the glories of the Lord. Whenever you act in the world outside, if this is the attitude with which you are working, there will be no karma bandhan, no shackles upon your personality. It will never create any mental inhibition. And when you are thus doing it, mukta sangha, without attachment, something like 82 times this word comes in the whole Gita. Without attachment, without attachment. That is why the very first time when the word came, I paused and then elaborately explained. Attachment means I plus I want. Mukta sangha, without this idea of I and I want, selfish desire, without these two. Samachara. And don't say that it's a voluntary work, Swamiji, I will somehow or other do it, somehow. Will you get out? Samachara. Do it as perfectly as you can. Each day is a competition between yourself and your yesterday's performance to improve upon. Because what you are doing is so Samachara. Do it excellently. And don't say that it's a voluntary work, Swamiji. We go there sometimes. 3 days of a week I generally go there because they send me the transport. The day they don't send the transport, I don't go there. What do I go? And these voluntary workers are very institutions like our Chinmaya mission. We always live upon these voluntary workers. They come and create such a chaos that after they have gone, we have to work to correct the mistakes that they have done. Why? Nobody is sincere about it. No, when you are doing a social work or a voluntary work, it must be done samachara. Do it with excellence and perfection. Mukta Sangha, without that, without the vanity of I or I want. The other day a lady was saying, last time when I came here, the lady was saying that I am going now to the hospital and console the patients, etc. You know, there is an organization that is doing it. I was congratulated her. This time, the first time I met her, the very first thing I asked, hey, are you still going to the hospital? No, not here, I have given it up. I said, why did you give it up? Why did he give it up? There are those organizations, they have got no sense of proportion. What is the matter? They are not sending me the jeep. And when I go there to the hospital, I work there 2-3 hours a day and they don't give me even a cup of tea. That lady was shamelessly telling me. I congratulated in my mind that hospital because such a hospital should not go there. She was a vanity that she had a car, the jeep did not come. Vanity. Everyone else they could have, and they did not give me that. It is for the jeep that you are serving. Is it for a cup of coffee? If you are serving there for a cup of coffee, you are cheaper than the porter. In the railway station or the airport, somebody is helping you, you take him. And he said, you said, go away. He is doing it for $1. And you are stupid, you are serving 3 hours for a cup. But that is how they say it. They did not give me any tea. They had a tea and they already took it, but they never invited me. Therefore, I left. That is not the spirit in which you serve. I want nothing. I expect nothing. I demand nothing. Only the pleasure of doing that right job in a right way. That is called worship. Those who are thus doing it in the yajna spirit, they do not create in their mind any shackles or chains of karma in the
So that was yajna spirit, how to work together and Ram Kaj Kari Dekho Atur. So any work, and especially selfless work, as he said, if that yajna spirit is there in which we work, and we don't create new shackles, we get free from attachment, from ego. So Ram Kaj Kari Dekho Atur. In fact, the more selfless the ideal is, the more efficient one has to be. Because to work, as he said, the producers are very few, consumers are many. So always a leader will find that there are few people who come up to the situation, who rise up to the situation, and they are able to give their best. Leaders' quality is also to nurture such people and to create more such people, not just to get the job done. So in Hanumanji we will find all these qualities, that not only was he such a great person who brought out the best in him, but in his presence others also will bring out the best. Why? Because he is a leader by example. So Ram Kaj Kari Dekho Atur. Prabhu Charitra Suni Dekho Rasya Ram Lakhan Sita Man Basya. One who is always eager to listen to the glories of the Lord. It is said, Yatra Yatra Gunartha Kirtanam Tatra Tatra Pritamastakhanjali. Wherever there is a glory of Lord Ram being sung, Hanumanji is there. So it is said that Tulsidas ji once, he was very compassionate. So there was a ghost who was suffering. He helped out the ghost, got him free from that suffering. So the ghost said, "What can I do for you?" He said, "No, I want to have darshan of Bhagwan Ram." He said, "See, that I can't do, but I can make you meet somebody with whose help you will have the darshan of Lord Ram." So he said, "Okay, tell me, who is it?" He said, "Hanuman." He said, How will I know Hanuman?" He said, "You see, every day when you are talking on Ramayana, before everybody comes, there is an old man who comes and he sits there. And through the katha, when you are talking about the glory of Bhagwan Ram, he is alert, he sits there totally absorbed, and sometimes he has tears also running through his eyes. And when you end, and as you are saying, concluding prayers, even before you conclude the prayers, he gets up and he goes. That old man is Hanumanji. So, Tulsidas noticed this 2-3 days, but then he was not able to catch Hanumanji. So one day as he was doing the katha, he started getting up, he got up and he started walking through the audience. And as he was walking through the audience, he held on to the feet of Hanumanji saying, "Please, now you have to bless me, give me the way how to have the darshan of Lord Ram." And then the whole story goes. How Tulsidas ji was told by Hanumanji that go to this place early in the morning, Ram and Lakshman will be there on this lake, you will find them. And Tulsidas ji actually goes there. When he is taking bath in the lake and he comes out, he sees 2 young boys. But he is not able to recognize that these are the 2, Lord Ram and Lakshman. So Hanumanji is very eager. He says, "Did you have darshan of Ram?" He says, "No." He says, "Hey, those 2 people who came in the morning, those 2 boys, that was Ram and Lakshman." He says, okay, please, can you tell Bhagwan once again? So once again, he tells the Lord. And Bhagwan second time comes on the horse. He and Lakshman come on the horse. Now again Tulsidas ji can't recognize because he is thinking like those 2 young boys. Now he has come as 2 young prince on the horse. Again, now Hanuman said, "I have not seen such a dull student now. I will have to be there." So Tulsidas ji, one tradition is that after he takes bath and katha and everything is over, he applies tilak to everybody. So now people are standing in line. Bhagwan Ram and Lakshman also join that. Hanumanji said, "This, I cannot do this again. I have to make him introduce now because how many times Bhagwan will come?" So he goes up on the tree and is sitting there. And as Bhagwan comes closer and then he is standing in front of Tulsidas ji still doesn't recognize that this is Ram. And Hanumanji has told him also that one will be fair and one will be dark. He still can't recognize. So then as he is rubbing that sandalwood bar, that stick, chandan. So he takes, and as he is putting that, Hanumanji sings from the top. चित्रकूट के घाट पे भई शंकर की भीड़, तुलसीदास चंदन घिसे तिलक करे रघुवीर. When he heard this, then he understood, oh God, this is Bhagwan Ram. And then he falls at the feet of the Lord. That is a simple story to even say that even Tulsidas ji, who was so pure-minded, who wrote the whole Ramayana, he could not realize the Lord unless the blessing of the Guru was there, Hanumanji was there. And also there, that Hanumanji listens to the story. Every time Tulsidas ji says, he is there. And it is said that how does he listen? He listens to it as though like a child listens to the story and as though he is listening for the first time. Just imagine, so many times when we go to Katha, we also know the whole Katha. Then sometimes we say, Suna hua hai, it's okay. But Hanumanji goes every time, whenever there is a Katha done, he sits there and listens to it with such a childlike nature. That's the beauty. Children know, they know the story also. But they will tell you tell me the story. And when you start telling the story, if there is a difference between the earlier, last time you said like this, you missed out this one, and you will be wanting to finish the story fast because you want to go and do some work. The child said, no, last time you said this time you did not say, you have to repeat again. With that childlike nature. What does that show? It only shows the love that he has for the Lord. So, Prabhu Charitra Suni Beko Rasya. Always eager to listen to the glories of the Lord. For the devotee, that is the only pastime. What? Listen to the glory of the Lord. For people who have a lot of ego, they want to listen to their own glory. And they seek anybody who glorifies them. But for the devotee, only pastime is listen to the glory of the Lord. Today, what all we do in the name of pastime? My God. Nothing play angry birds. Yeah. There are applications which are there to kill mosquitoes. Mosquito will keep flying and you take a racket and kill. Another one will come and you kill. What pastime? Bhagwan's name one has to listen to, glory one has to listen to. Tulsi Ramayana it is said what? Prathama bhagati santantara sangha dusari rati mama katha prasanga. If you want devotion to grow in the heart, first step is do satsang, santantara sangha. And in satsang what should you do? Second step is listen to the katha of the Lord. Whoever is my Ishta Devata, I should know about that. Suppose I am a devotee of Shivji and I don't know anything about Shivji, how will love come? It will not happen. Just because the form is there doesn't mean that I will love the Lord. The more I know about the Lord, the glory, the Leela, the symbolism, the more bhavana arises. And don't bring logic at that point in time to spoil that mood, please. We should know when to use logic and when to put the logic aside. Don't simply start thinking, these are all stupid stories, this has never happened only. For devotion to arise, whether it was historical or not historical, makes no difference. Why? Because we know that Bhagavan is. And Bhagavan can manifest in whichever form we like. And here we are trying to worship the form so that the mind can cultivate those ideals that are conveyed by that form, that story. So Prabhu Charitra Suni Beko Rasya, one who takes delight in listening to the glories of the Lord. And his listening is a very, very powerful tool. Generally we don't bother about listening so much. You see what the research says here. Till now in communication workshop, the emphasis was on how to speak effectively. Today the emphasis is on how to listen. It is found that over 45% of the work time is spent in listening. Over 40% of our 24 hours we spent listening. So listening efficiency will influence the outcome of the interactions, and this efficiency has been found to range between 25 and 50%. So the more I listen with attention, with alertness, efficiency also increases. Why? They will give reasons. At least half of all the new service ideas and 80% of product innovations come from listening to the customers. Employees must listen to the employers, must listen to the employees. For harmonious relationships also, listening is very, very important. One of the highest paid jobs is of whose? Who? HR. Still higher than HR there is one. psychiatrist in terms of the money. Just for listening. That shows what the listening in the society is so less. We are all the time preoccupied with talking. We are not listening carefully. So listening has a lot of importance here. In our culture, the first step is Shravana, listen. It is part of knowledge or in part of bhakti also. Listen to the glory of the Lord. Katha prasanga, listen to the katha. Ganeshji is two big ears. They symbolize listening. I should listen carefully. And the very fact that the Lord has given us 2 ears and 1 mouth means I have to listen more than I speak. So if listening is done, what is listening? It is not just hearing. Listening is understanding, absorbing, assimilating, applying. Then listening is complete. Otherwise only hearing, the sound falls on the ears. So how do I listen? Listen very carefully. In Tulsi Ramayana, the Lord tells Lakshman. Lakshman asks some questions to the Lord. And before the Lord answers, because he asks very subtle questions. What is Jnana? What is Maya? What is Bhakti? What is Vairagya? What is Moksha? 5 questions he asks. So before Bhagavan answers those, he says to Lakshman, Sunahu tat man mati chitlai. O Lakshman, listen to me, bringing these 3 together. Man, seed of emotions. Mati, that is our thoughts. And chit is the memories. These 3 only distract us. In listening, what distracts us? These are internal barriers. Internal barriers to listening are these. Either we are lost in some emotional turmoil, so we are not able to listen clearly. Or we are lost in some thinking. Even as the person is telling us something, I am already thinking what to say next. Or I am lost in some memory. Man, mati, chit. So if these 3 are put aside or they brought together, with full attention I listen to what is this person saying. Because listening is not hearing only the words. Listening is to the entire being. The non-verbal communication is more than 60%. Verbal communication is hardly something. Non-verbal is much more. Through the eyes, through the body language, through the posture, through the tone. And that's the reason why this SMS creates a lot of misunderstanding sometimes. Because we cannot understand the non-verbal communication through that SMS and WhatsApp. Suppose somebody says that, will you come for this? And the answer is no. It can be misinterpreted as very rude answer also. That person may not have meant it like that. We don't know with what how that person has said you, because we cannot judge the non-verbal communication. So listening is with full attention. And in Vedanta it is said that if you listen attentively, with single pointedness, realization will happen instantly. One doesn't have to go back, reflect, nothing. There was one lady, I think I told this to you earlier. Doesn't matter. If you have listened to it earlier, you will know. But I told this earlier. If you didn't listen, it went. So listen again. So there was an old couple. They celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. So they had a party and so many people came and they had a nice time and dance and music and games and so many things they did. They went away, everyone went away. And the evening now, in the night time. So this old lady, she is sitting in the front of the TV and she is switching the channels and she is watching something. And this old man, he sees it's a full moon night, beautiful breeze is blowing, Rajnigandha flowers are bloomed. No, not Rajnigandha, they are Ratran. Such nice fragrance. And he feels so romantic, and he looks at his wife, 3 years, they are living together. It's an achievement. So he is very happy. And so he says, my dear, I love you. No response from the old lady, she is still lifting the child. So again after some time he says little loudly, my dear, I love you. Again no response. After a few moments he says once again, my dear, I love you. He says, yes, yes, I know, I am also tired of you. That is our level of listening. There are two types of listening. One is called factual listening and another is called filtered listening. In filtered listening, I will listen to what I want to listen. In factual listening, I will listen to what is being said. So there are a lot of these barriers which are there to listening. And all the other sadhana that we do, puja, japa, tapa, upvas, filter. All the other sadhana is to bring the mind to that state of ekagrata, single pointedness, to be in the moment. And when I am in that moment and I listen fully, so many problems which we face, they get solved because we find out what is the cause when we listen carefully. See, the words may communicate something, but other things communicate a different message. Suppose somebody in English says, don't talk to me, go away. That person is actually not saying, don't talk to me and go away. That person is saying, talk to me, but talk to me properly. And don't go away, give me attention. If you listen only to the words, sometimes that is not communicating fully what is being wanted. So, listening is a very, very important tool, and one of the ways to make a person feel loved is to listen and not to go on talking. There are a lot of things which are there on listening. Here is a sheet on listening which I have got. We will give it to you in the next session when we will come here. So that we understand what are the different aspects of listening. One simple practice you can do for this week, and that is listen to understand before communicating to be understood. That is an important step. First listen to understand what the person is saying before communicating to be understood, that you should understand what I am telling you. Listen to understand before communicating to be understood. So Prabhu Charitra Suni Beko Rasla. If I am growing as a devotee, then I feel more and more joy in listening to the glory of the Lord. That's a sign of progress in devotion. Ram Lakhana Sita Manabasya. And why does he feel so much of joy? Because all the three reside in his heart. Ram, Lakshman and Sita. So Ramji is symbol of self-knowledge, Jnana. Sita ji symbol of bhakti, and Hanuman ji symbol of seva. So Ram Lakhana Sita Manabasya. So for today we will stop with this. We will continue on the next Sunday. Let us chant the Hanuman Chalisa. Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nijamanu Mukuru Sudhari Varanau Raghubara Bimala Jasu Yodaya Kumarachari Buddhihina Tanujanike Sumirau Pavana Kumar Bala Buddhi Vidya Devu Mohi Harahu Karesha Vikar Jai Hanuman Jnana Guna Sagar Jai Kapis Tihuloka Ujagar Ramaduta Tulita Baladama Anjani Putra Pavana Sutanama Mahavira Vikrama Bajrangi Kumati Nivara Sumati Kesangi Kanchana Varana Viraja Subesa Kanana Kundala Kunchita Kesa Adavaja Orvaja Viraje Kande Munja Jage Usaje Shankara Suvana Kesari
नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन, विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर, प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया, सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा, भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे, तारे सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए, रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरत सम भाई, सहस बदन तुमरो यश गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे, सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहीसा, ब्रह्म कुबेर दिगपाल जमाते, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते, तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीना, राम मिलाए राजपद दीना, तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना, जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु, प्रभु मुद्रिका मेरि मुख माहि, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि, दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते, राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होतन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे, सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक
programs. You have the announcements. On Monday we have the talks on Shivananda Lahiri by Swami Brahmananji. You may have got this by email. We also request you if you can take the handbill and put it up in your apartments.